meditation? Awareness is meditation?
Just being aware of
Being aware of what?
anything that you can choose. Aware of thoughts also. Even it can be awareness of an object. So I'm doing some work.
Meditation is awareness of yourself. Okay? There is always awareness of something or awareness of yourself. Awareness of yourself is called meditation. Okay? What is yourself? What is yourself? What is my own consciousness? Is consciousness your private property?
That's what we call Atma Jyoti.
But is consciousness of your own property or something? It's there for everybody?
It's an inherent quality of everybody.
It's an inherent quality of everybody.
Non-living.
The consciousness is everywhere. It pervades living and non-living. Okay? There's no difference. Just like sun is everywhere. Okay? But reflection of sun is different in different media. In water, the mirror and stone, it's different. Reflection is different. Similarly, consciousness is everywhere. The reflection of consciousness depends on the surface. What is that surface? The living beings and non-living beings, the body, mind, and intellect. The consciousness gets reflected maximum in the intellect, little bit in the mind, and little bit less in the body. That's why body is alive. Right? So now the consciousness which is reflected in the intellect is called Atma, Jiva. Okay? The consciousness which is reflected in the intellect is called Jiva. Are you clear? Now this Jiva is nothing but Brahman, the supreme reality. Okay? The all pervading consciousness reflected in the intellect is called Jiva. Now when it is reflected in the intellect, it takes the shape of the intellect. For example, the space is everywhere. But in this space, in the room, the space is taking the shape of the room. Okay? But just because it has taken the shape of the room, the space has not become the room. Right? The space inside and space outside is same only. It's not room only. Similarly, the consciousness which is reflected in the buddhi has taken the shape of buddhi. Taking upadhi, it's called upadhi, or adjuncts. So now there is a feeling that I am limited by the buddhi. Okay, that entity is called Jiva. Right? Because it is observing the modifications of buddhi and mind. So what is mind, buddhi and mind? Manas. Manas is the outer part of the buddhi, where the outer world is reflected. So there is no world outside. The world outside is an image in the manas. Okay? The whole galaxy, stars, planets, all are images in the mind. So now that part of the mind is called manas. It goes through sense organs, okay, and sees the world. But world is seen inside the mind, not outside. But there is a feeling that it's outside the body. That part is called manas. There's an outgoing part and the inner part. Inner part is buddhi, the outgoing part is manas. So the job of the manas is to create the images in the consciousness and ask question what it is. Because it doesn't know. So for example, there's a pot, you see the image of a pot in the manas. So manas questions, is it a pot or a circle? It doesn't know. It deliberates. Okay. So now the manas also has the image of you. Okay. Manas is nothing but images. Manas has an image of you. Right? What is the image of you? It can be body, it can be mind, it can be intellect. Some image of you is there because Manas has no clarity. It is only creating image and trying to relate the images. So it sees something and it is also seeing you. Seeing you, when I say seeing, it's creating image of you. So these two images are there in the Manas. Then the Buddhi, Buddhi is actually discriminative faculty. Manas is a deliberative faculty. It deliberates. What is this? Okay, like that. So Buddhi says, oh, okay, Buddhi uses the memory called Chitta and says this is the pot or this is the circle. Right? It's a determination faculty. Okay. Now what Buddhi uses is the memory called Chitta. Are you clear? So there's a Manas and there's a Buddhi. Manas is accumulation of images. Okay. So now Buddhi is powered by the consciousness. The reflection of consciousness there in Buddhi. The light of Atma Jyoti is reflected in the Buddhi. Are you clear? So this, whatever Buddhi determines, the Atma Jyoti, the light of self, reflection, it takes it to be true. Identifies with that. Okay. So now there is a image of you and image of the world. The relationship is there. The relationship is image of you is related to something else in the world. Image is related to image. Right? That image of you is called ahankara, I. And the relationship with that object is called mamakara, I and mine. You look at life. We are only living in the images and we don't live in the reality. We take images to be true and live in that images. When I talk to you, I am not talking to you. I am talking to image of you in my mind, Manas. Okay? You are never deal with the reality. You deal with the perceived reality in your Manas. Are you clear? Perceived reality, not real.
Abstract relationship.
Abstracted reality.
So that means all relationship are mind based only. This whole satsang also is mind. Your mind or my mind?
Yeah. No, your mind, my mind is no, only your mind. Okay? Mind your business. Right? So, please understand, everything in our life is an image. We are dealing with not real objects, reality, but we are dealing with images. Are we clear? Now, out of this one image is called I, Aham. So this Buddhi treats that Aham as me. It comes under the influence of that I. And the reflected consciousness in the Buddhi, which is Jiva, it starts taking that as real and lives the life. This goes on forever because you are living in a dream world, imaginary world, which is created by the imaginary images, world of images, created by the Buddhi. Okay. So now this practice of meditation first stops the image formation by closing your ear, eyes, and sense organs. So the mind is stopping the images outside. But now the Manas takes the images which are there in the Chitta, memory. The image of the world is there in memory. So that's actually nothing but thoughts. Right? And thoughts are created by Aham, I thought. So now that becomes your mental world. The meditation has two processes. There are two types of processes in meditation. The process number one is absorption or samadhi. Process number two is called elimination or discrimination. So you can take one of these processes or both of these processes called meditation. The samadhi process is when the mind, the I thought in the mind, you hold on that. Okay? Right? When you focus on something and absorb in that, all your mental and intellectual energies absorb in that, it's called samadhi. For example, let us say scientists focus on a research. His body, mind and intellect completely is focused on that. So then in that total concentration, the mind takes the real nature of the problem, not just surface level, and a lot of wisdom comes. That's called samadhi. That's the outer world. Inner world also, now you hold on to something very clearly. You hold on to I thought. So because you hold on to I thought, the reality of I thought emerges. Are you clear? And when the reality of I thought emerges, the I thought is not there. I thought is not real. Or you hold on, you focus your attention to body. Okay? And when you do that, you observe the body very closely. In the state of samadhi, you realize the body is not real. Body is empty. So first a body, solid body appears to be not so solid. It appears to be porous. It appears to be atoms and electrons. Then it appears to be energy. Then body is not real. So then your concept of I, which was based on the body image, it goes. Right? This is what you call as samadhi or concentration. This is also called vipassana. Okay. So on the other hand, this is one way that you investigate outgoing nature of the mind, focus on something where mind is captured. Mind says that I am the body, so look at the body very closely. Then you realize the mind itself, that itself, an image of the mind in the mind, because body based, will dissolve. Right? Mind has created image of I based on the body. So if you investigate the body very closely, where is the body? Body appears to be solid, but it's not solid. It is microscopic, atoms, electrons, energy. So it dissolves. The image of the body as me dissolves. Right? This is what we call as anatma. Okay? Non-self. So this process is called samadhi. Also you hold on to the image called I. I am that image you hold on. So by holding on to I am that image dissolves. Again and again you come back to the I am thought. Look at the I am thought very closely. Then that I am thought is not real. So that dissolves. Okay. This is called samadhi path. Samadhi mark.
Removing the form by form.
So mind is creating image. Now if you look at the image very closely, the mind itself now will form a new image, which is more realistic. Right? That's called samadhi marga. The second path is elimination. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am sakshi, staying sakshi. These two processes are called meditation. This is samadhi marga or this is neti marga. Not this, not this. Either this is meditation. So some people think that meditation is just sitting like this peacefully and blissfully. Okay? It is a relaxation type. Meditation is just more than relaxation. Meditation is to be your own self, real self. What is stopping you from your own self is the image of you which you think is yourself. To be free from the image. So there is one story. Have you heard this called narcissism? Huh?
Yes, yes.
What is narcissism?
Loving self.
Narcissist was the name. Narcissist was a king, and there was a king called Narcissist. Okay, his name was Narcissist. Right? He was very handsome. Okay, and he used to sit near the pond of his palace pond and look at his image in the pond. Admire. and there was no mirror at that time. His image in the pond, he fell in love with that. Okay. So, and he fell in love with that. He used to sit near the pond, eat there, everything. All the people, his servants used to bring food and all. He fell in love with this image. That is called narcissism. Right? Look at yourself. You have fallen in love with your own image in the mind. Have you seen real you? Huh? Or you want to, throughout your life, you want to live with the image in your mind. Your image has a lot of characteristics. I am beautiful, I am handsome, I am so and so. All those characteristics are there. Have you fallen in love with the image in the mind? When are you going to see yourself? So the mind is the pond. Okay? The I thought is the image. So that image you have fallen in love. Who is you? The jiva, the consciousness reflected in the buddhi. Okay? Either I thought has to dissolve, so the image has to dissolve, or by discrimination, oh, this is image only, it's not me. You have to say, get out of that. And this process is called meditation. Are you clear? Meditation not just making mind silent. Any questions, Gayatri?
Image and thought of the same.
Image and thought of the same.
I am thought and the image of me both are same.
The reflection of consciousness in the buddhi takes its shape. That means it has got a relation to the body.
It has a
relation with the body. Taking the shape of the.
But it is not related actually.
Yeah.
It's not like sunlight falls on this building. Sunlight is not related to building. Right?
Yeah.
So it never takes the identity of the. It never attaches to the body. But there is a confusion or there is a error in thinking that the image which is created is me because it's conscious entity.
So what is shape of intelligence?
Intelligence is it's a decision, not thought. I. So intelligence is this is I, me, based on the image. It is not questioned. So the questioning process for the intelligence is called discrimination, viveka. Now, how do you do the questioning? Based on the teachings of Guru, based on teachings of scriptures, you dissolve that I thought by investigation.
It's a dynamic variable. No, you cannot catch it so easily.
No, you are very clear, no? Who is not able to catch it?
Sadhak.
The sadhak you are clear, no?
See, some people actually have a strong physical identity. Some people have a strong mental identity. Some people have a strong emotional identity. That means physical body.
All identities are images.
So, but how those factors work inside them?
No, they're actually nothing but the images created. So you live based on the images. The strong is related to something. Okay, you say I am strong.
Yes.
But are you strong as strong as elephant? So it's all related to some images that are created in the mind. So by proper discrimination, you eliminate that. Okay? This is called meditation. Now speaking of meditation, what is meditation according to you?
Sitting in silence, trying to calm your mind.
Your mind. What is you?
And the individual who I am with the body mind concepts which I have.
What is you? What is you? This is what you have to understand. Meditation is not just calming the mind. The manas, the outer part, has the image of the world in it. We are dealing with the images, we are not dealing with the world outside anywhere, anytime. Right? When I am talking to you, Maitri, I am not really talking to a physical body outside. I am talking image of Maitri. I am talking, and I have an image of myself also. So the image of myself is called I. Okay, and image of Maitri is called you. Now this is image, not real. Understand? Now real you is nothing but consciousness. The consciousness reflecting the buddhi, intellect. So the consciousness reflecting buddhi takes that image I as real I, real me. Right? I told you a story of a king called Narcissist. There was a king called Narcissist, and he fell in love with his image in the pond. He was so handsome. He kept on looking at image. People bring the food there and he eat and looking at image. He fell in love with image. Have you fallen in love with your image? You take that I to be real. That is falling in love with image. Okay. The real I is the Sakshi. To stay as Sakshi is called meditation. Even that image you have to see. It's not me. Real me is supreme consciousness, Brahman, one with the God. Okay. Understand? Now, are the recording going on? Huh?
It's going on.
Is this recording? Okay. Fine. Yeah, you can stop the recording and we can go into meditation. Somebody joined there? Mataji. Okay. So there is actually there's some there's a there's a something called Brahmanism. Okay, Brahmanism is an imposed on the society. Actually, according to Vedanta, everybody is Brahman. Every living being is Brahman only, and one who realizes Brahman only is Brahman. So the Jiva realizing I am Brahman is called Brahmana. Brahmana is not by birth, not by inheritance. By inheritance, somebody has to be Brahmana, a son of lawyer should be a lawyer. A doctor's son has to be a doctor. Okay, a Brahmana is one when he has realized his Jiva, his consciousness, he is God. That's called Brahman. And such a person is called Brahmana. Is it clear? Let us meditate now.